He woke up rich. By nightfall he was destroyed. Not by an enemy, not by war, not by his own mistakes. Everything he had built over a lifetime, gone in a single day, and then it got worse. His name is Job, and by every measurable standard this man has won at life. 7 sons, 3 daughters, 7,000 sheep, 3,000 camels, 500 teams of oxen. He is the wealthiest man in the entire region. But wealth alone doesn't explain why people respect him. It's something else. Job has a reputation for something rare: integrity. In a world where powerful men do whatever serves them, Job is different. He protects the poor. He speaks up for the vulnerable. He refuses to compromise his character, even when no one is watching. He is, by all account, a good man. And that is precisely why what happens next is so disturbing. There is a conversation happening that Job knows nothing about. Far beyond his awareness, a wager is being made about him. The adversary are being described in ancient texts as the accuser makes a claim. Job only behaves because you protect him, take everything away, and watch how fast he turns on you. It is a bet. A cosmic wager using a human life as the stakes, and the terms are accepted. Job has no idea. He is having an ordinary morning. Then the first messenger arrives. Raiding parties. Thousands of animals stolen or slaughtered, servants killed, all of it gone. Job barely has time to process the words when the second messenger arrives. Fire from the sky. The rest of the flocks incinerated. More servants dead. Job's face is stone. He is trying to hold it together. Then the third messenger. More livestock, more loss. But then, the fourth messenger. His children. All 10 of them had gathered at his eldest son's house. A windstorm struck the building. The structure collapsed. There are no survivors. In ancient culture, these are acts of mourning. Raw, public, unashamed grief. And then Job speaks. His words are not what you'd expect from a man who just lost everything in one afternoon. He says, I came into this world with nothing. I will leave with nothing. Everything I had was given. And now it has been taken. He does not curse. He does not rage at heaven. He accepts. And the accuser is furious. He still has his health, his body. Touch that and he'll break. They always break. A second wager. A deeper violation permitted. The disease is immediate, total, agonizing. He takes a broken piece of pottery and uses it to scrape his own skin just to manage the pain. He moves to the ash heap outside the city, because the city doesn't want him anymore. The man who was the most respected in his region is now an outcast sitting in ashes. Rotting then, his wife appears. She has also lost her children, her home, her security, her future, and she looks at her husband still holding on, still refusing to break, and she says something devastating. Why are you still doing this? Just curse God and die. She doesn't mean it as cruelty. She means it as mercy. End the performance, end the suffering, let go. Job refuses. Not because he isn't angry, he is. Not because he doesn't have questions, he has hundreds. But he refuses to trade his integrity for relief. Then his friends arrive. 3 men who have known Job for years, who traveled from distant regions specifically to comfort him. They see him sitting there unrecognizable, and they do something remarkable. They say nothing. For 7 days and 7 nights they sit with him in complete silence, because some pain is beyond words. For 7 days that silence is the kindest thing anyone has done for Job. Then they open their mouths and ruin it. One by one his friends deliver the same verdict. You must have done something wrong. Good people don't suffer like this. This is punishment. Confess, repent, admit your guilt. They are certain they are completely wrong. And Job knows it. Job pushes back hard. He refuses to manufacture a confession he doesn't owe. He refuses to agree with a false narrative just to make other people comfortable. He demands answers. He demands to speak directly to the source of his suffering. He doesn't bow out of the fight. He leans in, and then the storm comes. Out of the whirlwind a voice, not answering Job's questions, asking its own. Where were you when I laid the foundations of the earth? Can you bind the Pleiades? Can you command the morning? Do you know the width of the entire universe? Question after question, layer after layer. Not to humiliate Job, to recalibrate him. Job had been asking the right questions. He gets a different kind of answer. Not an explanation, an encounter. What comes next defies every logic the accuser built his wager on. Job's health is restored, his wealth doubled. He has 10 more children. He lives another 140 years, and his 3 friends, the ones so certain they had God figured out, are told directly that they spoke wrongly. Job, the one who argued and demanded and refused to manufacture false peace, he's told he spoke correctly. This story isn't really about suffering. It's about what a person is made of when everything they built, everything they trusted, gets stripped away without warning, without explanation, and without an obvious end date. It's about whether integrity is something you have or something you are. Job never got a direct answer to his why. He got something harder, something rarer. He got proof to himself that his character wasn't contingent on his circumstances. The accuser's wager? Lost. So here's the question this story leaves on the table. If everything you had, your career, your relationships, your health, your reputation was taken in a single day through no fault of your own, what would be left of you? Drop your answer below. I'm genuinely curious what you think. And if this story hit differently than you expected, the next one goes even deeper. Like and subscribe.